better known as Obamacare, was voted into law in 2010 on a straight-line Democratic Party vote in the House and the Senate. Republicans felt that the manner in which the bill was passed and the contents of the bill were so offensive that the effort to derail Obamacare continues even to this day. Since taking control of the House of Representatives after the 2010 election, Republicans have voted 42 times in the House in opposition. Now, as the October 1 start date approaches, Republicans are making one more last-ditch effort to prevent the law from going into effect by defunding the legislation. Steve, for most people, the effect of Obamacare, it's confusing. They have no idea whether it's a good legislation or bad legislation. They have no idea whether their health care is going to improve or not. What they do know is that for most individuals, it's going to be expensive. Is that what's so wrong with Obamacare?
What's wrong, Casey, is the system. You have a very, very divided government. You have a president that doesn't want to engage Congress as he should, because this is his policy. And there are serious flaws. Even the Democratic Senate sponsors admit that there are flaws. Doesn't mean it needs to be discarded, but it needs to be reformed. And if the only way to do that is a bill that has to pass, which is funding the government, then certain Republicans and certain Democrats are supportive of that maneuver.
The Republicans have been in control of the House of Representatives for the last 4 years. Why haven't they proposed fixes if this is such a bad bill instead of trying to use brinksmanship at this point?
Well, that's a good point, and they haven't come up with a plan. But I want to correct something that has been said here. Congress, the congressmen and senators and their personal staff do abide by Obamacare, and they have to change, just like all of us do. They will no longer be in the federal, and the only people in Congress who do stay in their old health care plan are committee members. Now, in the beginning, Casey, you said, well, if it's not good enough for them, why aren't they doing it? Well, they are doing it. And I just...
Susan, the fact is that they've exempted big business from the implementation. You know that big labor is going to get an exemption as soon as the October 1st deadline crisis passes. This thing is, there are sweetheart deals for the friends of the administration.
Well,
you can't justify that.